What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another E3 video. We've had a ton of announcements and a ton of showcases so far. Some have been laughably bad and some have been really, really great. And today, I want to talk about the best presentation of E3 so far, and it has to be Xbox's presentation. The exclusive games drought for Microsoft and Xbox is finally over, and they came with some heavy hitters and some big surprises that we weren't expecting, and it's giving many people a good reason to own an Xbox. Now, before we get too deep into it, if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, and definitely feel free to subscribe if this is your first time here. Now, without wasting any time, let's get into it. Microsoft has had one huge downfall for years now, and it's the lack of exclusive. I think we can all agree that, especially when put side by side with Sony and Nintendo, Xbox has been lacking on that front. And so they went out and spent a ton of money on studios to add to their first party lineup, and in doing so, they now have a plethora of new games that are coming exclusively to Xbox. Say what you will, but the argument that Xbox has no games is not going to hold up for very much longer. They kicked things off with Starfield, and while there was no gameplay, the concept and aesthetic look great. Lots of little details sprinkled throughout this trailer. If you watch really closely, there are a ton of hints in there that hint at some really cool stuff. It's not coming until late next year, but when it hits, I imagine this will be a huge game for Xbox and will likely sell a lot of consoles for them. A new IP from Todd Howard's team is a big deal, and personally, I'm really excited to see more of this game. Halo Infinite's multiplayer has been a big mystery for a long time now, but they showed off a deep look at the multiplayer and what it has to offer, and this combined with the new campaign trailer definitely looks significantly better than the game did at its initial presentation. Everybody was upset the game got delayed, and I personally haven't enjoyed a Halo in many years, but I will give this one a go, especially since the multiplayer will be free to play. I'm excited for what they showed off, and it looks incredibly fun. Delaying the game was a good choice, and I'm sure many people will be happy that they did. My favorite announcement for E3 so far, period, was Forza Horizon 5. This was easily the biggest announcement for me. This game looks stunning, and the Forza Horizon games are so incredibly fun. Some of my favorite racing games of all time. I can't wait to play this, and the fact that we didn't know it existed before the showcase and it's coming out this November is great. The library of Xbox exclusives is starting to heat up already in 2021, and honestly, I thought that it would be 2022, 2023 before we would see any real traction with the acquisitions they've made. But the list is starting to build for 2021, 2022, and so on. I'm really excited for what Xbox has to offer. And another one I want to talk about is the one Microsoft closed out with. Another big surprise. They closed out the show with Redfall, and while there was no real gameplay for this game, it was mostly just a cinematic trailer. It looked like loads of fun. The tone and the characters are extremely likable, and the abilities look like they will translate really well to in-game presentation. I can't wait to see more. I love Arcane and their games, and this seems like another great game to add to the resume. I cannot wait to get more information on just the structure, the gameplay mechanics, everything this game has to offer, the lore, the characters. It looks so cool and so much fun. This was a huge surprise announcement, and I was really happy that they closed the show out with this. I thought that was really cool. I do want to mention that I'm quite disappointed that Sony sat this one out this year. It's just not the same. E3 is just not the same without Sony. And it tells me that they likely didn't have much to show. Ratchet and Returnal have been incredible showcases of what the PS5 can do, and I would have loved to be this excited for Sony showing as well, but unfortunately it looks like we'll just have to gush over Xbox and whatever Nintendo has to show for the foreseeable future until the next state of play comes around. Anyway, there's a lot to be excited for from this press conference. Stuff that I didn't get into: Psychonauts 2, Back for Blood launching on Game Pass, Contraband, a new IP, Stalker 2, Replaced looked like a fantastic indie game, and many others stood out as really amazing announcements. And so the majority of things shown will be out within the next year or so, and I couldn't be more hyped. This was a great presentation, and after being so disappointed in what Ubisoft had to offer, and Gearbox even more so was just not great, was really bad, I was really happy to see all the really great announcements from Microsoft in this presentation. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Stay tuned for another video after Nintendo's presentation tomorrow. Until next time, I'm out.